So you're ready to build the future. That's awesome. In tech right now, it feels like two giant paths are opening up: artificial intelligence and computer science. One is all about teaching machines how to think, and the other is about building the entire digital world they live in. The big question is, which path is the right one for you? Well, let's break it all down.
You know, everything we're about to talk about really boils down to this one simple question. Just think about it for a second. Are you the person who gets excited by the puzzle of creating intelligence itself? You know, programming a system to learn, to adapt, to see patterns all on its own? Or are you more passionate about building the massive digital infrastructure, the software, the systems, the apps that actually powers our entire world? Your gut reaction to that? That's a huge clue.
All right, so the very first thing we got to get our heads around is the core philosophy behind each field. It really is that classic choice. Do you want to go deep and become a focused specialist, or do you want to go broad and become an adaptable generalist? This one difference, believe me, it shapes everything else.
Okay, let's talk scope. AI and machine learning engineering is like a laser beam. It's a super focused specialization. You're diving headfirst into this really complex world of algorithms, neural networks, and data science. Computer science, on the other hand, gives you this incredible, wide-ranging toolkit. You're going to learn everything from operating systems and databases to web development and security. I like to think of it like this. One path gives you a spear, and the other gives you a Swiss Army knife. Both are crazy powerful, but for very, very different jobs.
And this brings us to what might be the biggest deciding factor for a lot of people: the math. Look, I'm going to be blunt here. If you want to teach a machine how to think, you have to speak its language. And that language is advanced mathematics. We're talking a very deep understanding of calculus, linear algebra, and probability theory. It's completely non-negotiable. Now, computer science is definitely math-heavy too, don't get me wrong, but it tends to lean more on discrete math and logic. It's still a challenge for sure, but the level of pure theoretical math you need for AI/ML, that's on a whole other level. Okay, so we've talked about the theory. Let's get practical. What tools are you actually going to have your hands on every single day? Because the coding languages you master are going to define the kind of problems you can actually solve.
For an AI/ML engineer, Python is, without a doubt, the king. And the reason is simple. It's an amazing ecosystem of libraries. Tools like TensorFlow, PyTorch, and scikit-learn give you these powerful pre-built blocks for machine learning, so you're not starting from scratch every time. It lets you focus on the big picture logic. Now, for a computer scientist, the toolkit's a lot broader. You'll master workhorse languages like C++ for things that need to be blazingly fast, like game engines. You'll use Java for huge corporate-level applications. And you'll definitely know SQL, the language of data that's basically the bedrock of almost every app out there.
And now for the big one. The question that's on everyone's mind, right? What does the future actually look like? You put in all this work, you master all these complex skills, so what's the payoff? Let's take a look at the career outlook for both of these paths.
Let's be totally clear about this. The demand for AI/ML engineers right now is just off the charts. Seriously, our source material literally describes it as super, super high. And why is that? It's because every single industry, from healthcare to finance to entertainment, is in a flat-out sprint to use AI. They need specialists who can build these systems, and there just aren't enough of them to go around. Now, demand for computer scientists is also really strong and stable. They are, and always will be, the backbone of the tech world. But that white-hot, urgent demand for AI talent, that's something pretty unique to right now.
And you can really see that explosive momentum right here. The AI/ML field is seeing this rapid, almost vertical growth as the tech finds new uses pretty much every day. It's a field that's still being defined as we speak. Computer science, since it's a more mature and foundational field, shows steadier, more predictable growth. Both are fantastic places to be, but one's a bullet train and the other is a rocket ship.
So that mix of insane demand and rapid growth, it has a very direct impact on your paycheck. As an AI/ML specialist in today's market, you've got the potential for some seriously high salary growth, especially as you prove what you can do. For a computer scientist, the salary is also great, ranging from moderate to high, but your growth might be more tied to the specific skills you pick up during your career, like cybersecurity or cloud computing. Okay, so we've laid it all out: the focus, the math, the tools, and the career outlooks. So how do you actually make the choice? Let's put it all together and see which one of these profiles just feels more like you.
Just take a look at these two descriptions. Which one makes you lean in a little closer?
Do you get a thrill from diving into these incredibly complex math problems, wrestling with huge data sets to find those hidden patterns? You might just be a natural AI/ML engineer. Or do you get that deep satisfaction from designing and building all sorts of different things, from a slick mobile app to a rock-solid database, using those core programming principles? Well then, the computer science path is probably calling your name.
At the end of the day, this isn't about which path is better. It's not a competition. The world absolutely needs both. It needs the specialists who teach machines to think, and it needs the generalists who build a world for them to think in. The only real question left is, which role inspires you? Which part of our shared tech future will you choose to build?